but it's been a year, so you need to do something different. And I never want to recommend for someone to just wait for a year for something. It's not how it's supposed to be. So here you want to notice that you have that assumption. And that may be the block in all of them. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I'm a manifestation and soul realignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In today's video, I'll be talking about the 5 potential reasons why you have not manifested your desired relationship with your specific person after persisting for over a year. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that my group coaching program is now live, but you can still sign up if this is something you'd like to join in order to manifest money and abundance. I have listed it below in the description. You can still sign up. Our first live session will be on Wednesday, December 6th. And we'll be meeting every 2 weeks. So you definitely want to check it out if you're looking to manifest money. I'd also like to remind you that I also offer one-to-one coaching. So if you need help in manifesting your desires, including your SP, and it's been over a year, you definitely want to check out my coaching options. They are all in the description below. At the very least, I'll be able to tell you where your block is. And I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. When it comes to manifesting a specific person, I hear this from a lot of people saying that they have been trying to manifest their specific person for over a year, or they have heard of people trying to manifest for over a year and they still have not gotten their desire. So I thought I would film this video because while you don't want to pay too much attention to the time, when it's 1 year or it's been already several months, then there might be something that is causing you to not manifest your desire. I always want to remind you, however, to not remain in that question mode. What am I doing wrong? Why isn't it working? So because that automatically takes you out of it. But granted that you have been trying for a year, let's look at what could be the potential reasons for that. And I believe there could be one of 5 different reasons. The first reason is a reflection of your inner assumptions around the specific person. So you have an assumption about them and their behaviors that they will not do something about their character or their personality that you are upholding. It's an assumption that is keeping them at a distance. This assumption could be an assumption that's purely about them, but it could also be really about you. In fact, I believe that 90% of the reasons that you believe are about them are actually about you, about your self-concept. Let's give you an example. Let's say that you believe that they are so arrogant or they have a lot of pride. I've heard this from people in the past. They will never take responsibility and admit to their wrong, or they will always let their pride get in the way. That is a reflection of their character, but at the same time, it is a reflection of you because you're saying they are putting their pride ahead of you. So if you were rock solid in yourself, you would not have that assumption. You would feel they will cave into their pride. So again, here, this is something that you need to be super conscious of and bring to your conscious awareness all the inner assumptions. The assumptions you have about them, the assumptions you have about how you think they perceive you, the assumptions you have about yourself. And a lot of the time, even the assumptions you have about them or what you think they think of you are all a mirror of your inner self-concept. I actually shared a video a long while back about everyone is you pushed out. I'm gonna link it above, but I'm also gonna make a new video about that. I'll probably post it next week. So if you're interested in seeing that, definitely keep an eye out or subscribe to my channel to make sure that you get that notification. I'm gonna be talking more about that. Ultimately, there is an assumption going on, either about them or really in the end, it may be about you. I would say 10% of the time, it's purely about them. It's their issue, their problem. You're making assumptions about them and you're finding it hard to see your manifestation coming in given those characteristics. A lot of the time, it's 90% a self-concept issue. So in such a case, if you bring out these assumptions, you lay them all out, try to notice that you are upholding these and perhaps look at affirming for more empowering statements that help you change that assumption that you have. That's the first thing. We're talking about inner assumptions. You're still upholding them. That could be one of the reasons. The second reason why you still have not manifested, even after 1 year has passed, is because you have gotten used to waiting. One of the things about our subconscious mind is it builds habits. We build habits so that we do things on autopilot. So you don't have to put in a lot of energy into focusing deliberately on every little task. These subconscious habits where you kind of get used to a certain thing, you get used to waiting, that can become your norm. So you've gotten used to that. Here, you want to take note of the fact that you have built a routine that perhaps needs to be changed. And here I'm not talking about a manifesting routine specifically. I'm talking about an overall day in your life. How do you spend your day? What are you really doing during the day? What habits have you built around this concept of waiting? You have to break that habit. So some of the things you can do is sleep on the other side of the bed, or where you normally sit to watch TV, change that. Where you sit at home to do your work, change that. Try to break the habits of how you are spending a given day. When you break that habit, you're taken out of that space that you've perpetuated for so long. This is very powerful. Try doing these things to break your routine, to take you out of that autopilot mode that you're in. Another thing you can do with respect to this concept of waiting is follow your joy. I filmed a video about that. I'm going to link it above. When you are waiting for something, you're automatically in lack. When you are waiting, you are not in the state of the wish fulfilled. It's you putting your life on hold. There's an element of that. My life is incomplete until I get that desired outcome with my specific person. You're putting your life on hold. You're not living your life. You're not living your best life. So following your joy is something that your higher mind helps you do so that you manifest all your desires, not just your specific person, all your desires very quickly and easily. It places you in a flow state because automatically when you're following your joy, A, you're not waiting, and B, your higher mind is leading you to the manifestation. So you might, when I say follow your joy, so you may suddenly feel like pursuing a hobby, or you might suddenly feel like, breaking your routine, going to the mall unexpectedly on a given day, and you run into someone who may be a connector. You don't know why you have these small desires to do things. They may simply be unrelated to your manifestation, but this is your higher mind leading you towards fulfillment of your desire, that and all others. So it's about you being in flow state and just living your life, not waiting for anything. Living your life, being happy, being joyful, experiencing fulfillment. A big part of it is also experiencing fulfillment right now, not when you get your desire. So follow your joy is another way to deal with this concept of waiting. The third thing that you may be experiencing is you mostly being super aware of the 3D. You giving value to the 3D circumstances. You're aware of your undesired reality. Now, I'm never telling you to not notice it. You may notice it, just don't give in to it. Bring yourself back. Try to withdraw your attention from the 3D in all ways possible. Try not to know what's going on with them, what's going on in their life. Actually, just remove that focus completely and bring it inwards by following your joy, by focusing on yourself. Because when you're focused outwards, you may find it hard to see things shifting because you're seeing what's going on. You're giving truth and value to it. You can withdraw your attention from it, so you really don't know what's going on. You should do that. You should remove your focus and attention from the 3D. If you are looking at what's going on, you're getting discouraged, that's gonna only prolong the situation because you're really looking at 3D and just not seeing the shifts happening. So that is the third thing. You're giving too much focus and attention to the undesired reality. That could be the third thing. The fourth thing that potentially could be a reason why you have not manifested your desired relationship with your SP even after 1 year has passed is your mental opposing thoughts. I want to emphasize that your opposing thoughts, having them pop up is not a problem. You can have these pop up. Having these thoughts pop up is not the problem. It's you going into an unconscious state where you're talking and saying and focusing on the opposite of the state of the wish fulfilled. This could even be about the whole manifesting process. So your opposing thoughts, when they pop up, it's not about controlling them because, I've said it in the past, control, but automatically when you're trying to control something, you're putting focus and attention on it, which then perpetuates it. You want to notice it, observe it, bring yourself into conscious awareness and release it. Lovingly release it. When I say lovingly, don't judge yourself for having the thoughts. Like I said, you're gonna have sometimes these thoughts pop up. It's on autopilot, it happens. It's about not going into that unconscious state when it comes to your thoughts. It's about not going on and talking for an hour about why you can't manifest your person, why they have failed you, what they have done wrong with you, and going on and on about that. That's going into an unconscious state. You're not being in a conscious state. That's the kind of opposition we're talking about. That is the part where you want to really bring yourself back into conscious awareness. Otherwise, you're on autopilot, you're unconscious, you're going to continue to manifest the undesired reality. But if you were to have opposing thoughts, sometimes you may create resistance around the fact that these are popping up and thinking that you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong if you're noticing them. So it's about bringing yourself into conscious awareness and not letting these spiral. If these are popping up and you're going into an unconscious state, that is a reason why your 3D is not shifting. You're holding on to the lack, the undesired reality. Even when it comes to manifesting, I see a lot of people judge themselves for not manifesting. Again, that is holding back your manifestation because you're saying, I can't manifest. That is also an opposing thought. So for you, just bring yourself to conscious awareness of what you're saying and be gentle with yourself. You don't need to convince yourself that you're a master at manifesting or that your SP is going to reach out to you in the hour. You don't need to convince yourself of that. Just don't engage and go into an unconscious state where your thoughts are concerned, your opposing thoughts. That's the fourth thing. Again, when you bring yourself into conscious awareness, they can't create. They can't create. You're shifting. You shift immediately. Because when you're in that loving awareness, you're aligned with the soul within you. You're aligned with the I am within you, the operant power. You're disengaging from your mind and automatically you're shifting. The fifth thing that might be the reason why you still have not manifested is you just not believing that it's possible to manifest someone specific. You are still not believing that it's possible to create change or manifest change in someone and that they don't have free will. First and foremost, you don't need to believe it to manifest it, first and foremost. But there may be a part of you that's saying, I don't think this can happen. I'm not buying it. And then you're going and you're seeing other people experiencing a lot of resistance and difficulty manifesting someone specific. And so that's only fueling their resistance. So here you want to notice that you have that assumption. And that may be the block in all of them. Maybe none of the other four were applicable to you, just this one. So here you want to affirm it's 1,000% to manifest anything that I want, even someone specific. Everyone is me pushed out. I am the operant power. I am the master manifester. There are an infinite number of realities that I can be experiencing. I am manifesting a more desired version of them. Who wants what I want? So you we need to tell yourself that story, because it may feel hard otherwise. This could be your hang-up. So here you want to go and search for success stories of people who have manifested someone specific. And I have had people come up with reasons why it works, for someone else, but not for me. I've had clients tell me, but they used to be together and they manifested an ex back. Never been with that person. I don't think it works. So there's all kinds of logic going on with respect to that. Ultimately, if I were to give you advice, I would tell you to get off that topic completely, if this is your hang up, and work on following your joy, which is something I spoke about earlier in this video. Just follow your joy, remove your focus from that person, remove your focus from all that. Can you focus on them and create it? Absolutely. But it's been a year, so you need to do something different. You want to get your thoughts off of them, not think about them, do your own thing, follow your joy. Your higher mind is always leading you. You have to get out of this stuck energy. And I never want to recommend for someone to just wait for a year for something. It's not how it's supposed to be in the end. It's all about releasing that resistance and neutralizing that resistance so that you manifest what you want. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please like, comment, and share. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.